Glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too, and in a big way.
Yep.
Understatement of life. I'm glad to see you.
A thank you. 46 years in the making. In 1975, this deadly train accident in Latonia changed the lives of so many. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lindsay Watson.
And I'm Aaron Dean. 46 years later, a reunion was held between a survivor and the Latonia Fire Department. 33 News reporter Taylor Long was there tonight and shares with us that day and how one young firefighter helped a man through one of the worst days of his life. It's our top story at 11.
In 1975, 3 trains crashed in Latonia, leaving 3 injured and 1 dead. One of the engineers was trapped during the incident, and today he came back to say thank you to the firefighter who saved his life.
41 cars and 7 huge engines were derailed on June 7, 1975, due to the first train having engine failure, which led to improper control of the second train. Raphael Pierce was 21 at the time of the crash. He was trapped under a rock and had to wait hours for a surgeon to remove him from the wreckage. He says the one thing he remembers to this day is the voice of volunteer firefighter Gary Steele. Steele talked to him for hours and stayed by his side until help arrived.
That was about probably the 3rd hour, and it was his voice. And then put my hand and squeezed my ankle. I thought, I got a chance now.
Even after all this time, Pierce says he still feels tied to the guys at the fire station. They all understand what he went through that night, which created an unbreakable bond. Steele says after they got him out, he went to the hospital to see how he was doing.
I got to go in and see how he's doing, because I sat with him for all that time. And I walked into his room, and he looked over, and I said, I know you don't know me. He said, I know the voice.
Pierce did end up losing his arm, but that didn't stop him one bit. After he healed, he decided to travel. Then he went to college to get a degree to help people battle addiction.
I've had a really good life. I have had a really good life, and I'm happy about that. And I wouldn't have had a chance to do all that if it wasn't for these guys here.
Karen Arnotto met Pierce a couple years ago and knew he wanted to come back and thank Steele and the fire department. So she helped organize this reunion. She says this is what community is all about.
Through this community, a lot of things depend on neighbors and friendships, and more than anything in life, the friendships are what develop out of an incident like this.
Pierce says he now has all their phone numbers and doesn't plan on letting another 46 years pass before meeting up again. In Latonia, Taylor Long, 33 WYTV News.